Hello everyone, welcome again to LIS 2360 Web App Development Video Tutorials with me Muhammad Prabu. So this week we are still in lesson 3. So in this lesson 3 you will start to do a lab activity. So it's basically you will start coding here. So if you check Canvas, I posted popular integrated development environments or IDEs for develop web applications. There are a lot of free web development IDEs for web applications. In the previous video tutorial, I also posted on how to use AWS Cloud9, but there are other similar free web development IDEs. For example, Visual Studio Code, NetBeans, Brackets, Komodo Edit, Atom by GitHub, and those are free. And there are also tons of apps for code editor that you can use for coding. So as I previously mentioned, you can use any plain text editor for coding, but using these apps, using this specialized app or IDEs will make your coding more convenient. So in this video tutorials, I would like to demonstrate those other lightweight apps for coding. If you haven't decided yet on which app or which development environments you will use for coding in this course, then this video is for you. So previously I mentioned that you can start coding with any plain text editor. If you are using Windows, you can use Notepad. So in the lab assignment, you need to code an HTML file. So you can start coding with Notepad. Just right click, open with Notepad, and you can start coding right away. That's the first option. But if you are using specialized app for coding, will make more convenient. So there are a lot of lightweight apps for coding. If you use Windows OS, you can download Notepad++. Just search Notepad++ in your web browser, and you can download the latest version of Notepad++. So here it is 8.2. And to install the apps, you can just follow the instruction. And you can also use Komodo Edit. Just follow the instruction. So if you use macOS, you can open App Store and search for Xcode. You can download. You can also use BB Edit. There's another lightweight apps. It's called Sublime Text. So basically for coding, you can use any text editor, but I would like to demonstrate why using specialized app for coding is much better. So here I have 3 different apps for comparison between plain text editor and then Notepad++ and Komodo Edit. To edit a file, you can right click and open with, and any apps you can use. So here I have Notepad, plain text editor, and then Notepad++. So let's see the comparison here. So for example, let's say you start to do the coding, H1, and there is a suggestion, for example, for paired tags, paired HTML tags. It will highlight all of the opening and then the closing tags. And it's much different if you are using just plain text editor like Notepad. There's no highlight. And if you're using Notepad++, you can also install plugins. So in the plugins menu, you can choose plugin admins. So let's, for example, you can install Explorer and click install, quit, and then restart it. And to run the plugins, you click the plugins menu and then Explorer. So here you can see the structure of file management for your projects. And there's also Komodo Edit. Komodo Edit is available for Macs, for Mac OS and Windows. To install an app in Mac OS, you can use App Store and look for the apps. Or if you download it from a website, from their official website, you can double click the DMG file. Usually the file in the installer file in macOS is DMG, so you can double click and then drag drop from to the application folder. If you already have installed an app, it will ask you if you want to replace or stop. So that's how you install apps in macOS. And there are two apps, Komodo Edit and Komodo IDE. So Komodo IDE is basically development environment, is more enriched, it's more feature complete for debugging and testing. And the Komodo Edit is the app for coding. In macOS, you need to give permission, so you can open system preferences and go security and privacy and go to general. And so it says that Komodo Edit was blocked because it's not from an identified developer. You can open anyway. So mostly for new apps that you just downloaded from, not from App Store, you need to give a permission through security and privacy in the system preferences. So once again, if you use macOS and then your app is blocked, you need to open system preferences and go to security and privacy and go to general tab and see if there's an app that is blocked by the macOS, and you can just open anyway. So this is the comparison between Komodo Edit and Komodo IDE. Komodo IDE have more features. If you are using the app for this course, Komodo Edit is sufficient for web app development. If you use Komodo IDE, you need to sign in, because Komodo IDE provides you with collaboration tools, so you can edit the project in the same time with other persons. So it requires you to sign in whenever you want to use it. But for this course, to make a Komodo Edit is actually sufficient for web app development. And whenever you want to start with your project file, you can download the file from Zybooks. So here, open the Zybook activity through Canvas and click on the link, and it will open the Zybooks lab assignment. And please read the instruction carefully. So here you have downloadable files that you need to edit, especially the index.html. You can click download. Once you download, you can right click open with the apps you prefer to use. So if you prefer to use Komodo Edit, you can right click, open with Komodo Edit, and you can code right away. You can also use Sublime Edit. So it's the same. If you download Sublime Edit to use the apps, you can just drag drop from downloads folder to application folder. And if you use Sublime Edit for code editor, you need to change the template from the plain text. You can click on the bottom corner, on the right bottom corner, and then choose HTML. It will make the coding template to become HTML, so you have a recommended tag. So you can quickly close it. So for example, I have head. If I just type slash, it will automatically close any paired tags. So that's all for this video tutorial. So there are a lot of apps you can use for coding in macOS and in Windows, and there are also apps that is designed for both operating systems. I hope you now are decided on which apps you will use for lab assignment. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again in the next video tutorials.